Do not skip this video. Do not scroll past what I have placed before your eyes at this very second. I know you are tired. I know your fingers almost moved to the next distraction, to the next noise, to the next thing that would fill the silence without truly feeding your soul. But I stopped you. I held your attention for a reason that goes far beyond what your human mind can calculate right now. This is not a coincidence. This is not an algorithm. This is not luck. This is an intersection, a crossing of paths where my voice meets your deepest need at the exact moment you are ready to hear what the Maker has been trying to tell you for longer than you realize. I chose this second. I chose this breath. I chose this heartbeat for you to be right here reading these words because something is about to shift in your life, and I refuse to let you walk into it unprepared. There is a call coming. There is a message coming. There is a notification, a conversation, a word from someone that will alter the entire direction of your week. And I need you to understand that it is not random. I have been orchestrating movements behind the scenes that you cannot see, aligning people you have not spoken to in months, stirring hearts that had forgotten your name, and opening doors in rooms you did not even know existed. But before that moment arrives, I need to prepare your heart. I need to remove the film of doubt that has been clouding your vision. I need to strip away the layers of exhaustion and disappointment that have made you suspicious of good news, because good news is coming, and I need you to be ready to receive it with open hands instead of clenched fists. So stay with me. Give me these minutes. Not because I demand them, but because what I am about to pour into your spirit will make the difference between you recognizing the blessing when it arrives and you accidentally letting it pass because you were too wounded to trust that something beautiful could still happen to you. I see everything you carry in silence. I see the tears you cry when the door is closed and no one is watching. I see the way you hold your breath during the day, wearing a mask of strength that is slowly suffocating the real you underneath. You smile at work. You say you are fine when people ask. You send messages full of encouragement to others while your own heart is bleeding from wounds no one bothered to notice. I see it all. I see the nights you could not sleep, staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake, every rejection, every word someone said that cut so deep it left a scar on your identity. I see the mornings you had to drag yourself out of bed, not because you were physically tired, but because your soul was exhausted from fighting battles that never seemed to end. You have been carrying the weight of responsibilities that were never yours to carry alone. You have been holding together situations that should have crumbled long ago, and the only reason they did not is because you sacrificed pieces of yourself to keep them standing. And nobody thanked you. Nobody saw the cost. Nobody understood that every time you said yes to someone else, you were saying no to your own peace, your own rest, your own healing. But I saw. I counted every tear that fell in secret. I recorded every prayer you whispered when you were too tired to even kneel. I heard the ones that were not even words, the ones that were just groans of the spirit, raw and unfiltered cries from a heart that had run out of language to describe its pain. And I want you to know that not a single one was wasted. Not a single tear hit the ground without my hand catching it. Not a single sleepless night went unnoticed by the old man who never sleeps. You felt alone, but you were never abandoned. You felt forgotten, but your name has been on my lips every single moment. The silence you interpreted as my absence was actually my presence holding you together in ways you will only understand when you look back and realize that by every natural law you should have broken, but you did not, and that was me. I need to tell you something that will change the way you see yourself forever. Before the foundations of the world were laid, before the stars were hung in their places, before the oceans knew their boundaries, I spoke your name. Not as an afterthought, not as an accident, not as a backup plan. Your name was the first sound in the corridors of eternity, and when I said it, all of the higher ground stood still because they understood the magnitude of what I was about to create. You were chosen, hand-selected, deliberately designed with a purpose so specific that no one else in the history of humanity could fulfill it. The adversary has spent your entire life trying to convince you that you are ordinary, that you are replaceable, that the world would continue just fine without you. That is the oldest lie in existence, and it was crafted specifically for you because the darkness knows what you carry. You carry a light so powerful that it terrifies the forces that operate in shadows. You carry a calling so dangerous to the kingdom of darkness that they have invested decades in trying to bury it under shame, confusion, rejection, and self-doubt. Every time you felt not good enough, that was not your voice. Every time you looked in the mirror and saw someone unworthy, those were not your eyes. Those were the whispers of an adversary who knows that if you ever fully wake up to who you truly are, his reign over your circumstances is finished. And this is where I need your full attention, because what I am about to explain is the reason everything has been so hard. The resistance you have faced is not normal. The obstacles in your path are not the same ones everyone faces. You have been under targeted, strategic, deliberate attack because of what you carry inside you. The adversary does not waste ammunition on people who pose no threat. He does not assign his strongest forces to people who are living below their potential by choice. The fact that your life has been a battlefield, the fact that every good thing seems to come with an impossible fight, the fact that relationships crumble, finances dry up, health deteriorates, and peace evaporates right when you're about to step into something greater, that is not bad luck. That is war, spiritual war, and you are not the casualty, you are the target. There is a difference. A casualty is someone caught in crossfire by accident. A target is someone the adversary has identified as a direct threat to his operation. You are a threat. Your prayers are a threat. Your faith, even the little bit you have left, is a threat. Your ability to still believe after everything you have been through is a weapon so powerful that hell has called emergency meetings about you. I am not exaggerating. The battles you have fought were never about the surface issues, the money, the relationships, the health, the career. Those were just the arenas. The real war was for your identity. The real war was to make you forget who you are, to make you lay down the weapons I gave you, to make you surrender the territory that is rightfully yours. But you are still here. Bruised, yes. Tired, yes. But still standing. And that alone is proof that what I placed inside you is indestructible. Now let me tell you something about the call, the message, the unexpected contact that is coming to you this week. I have been moving pieces on a board you cannot see. I have been speaking to people in their sleep, stirring memories of you in hearts that had moved on, placing your name in conversations you were not part of. Someone who owes you something, whether it is an apology, an opportunity, an explanation, or a door they once closed in your face, is about to reach out. And this is not wishful thinking. This is prophetic declaration from the mouth of the Maker, who controls time itself. The call is already scheduled in the upper levels. The message is already written in the ether. It is simply waiting for the right moment to cross into your physical reality, and that moment is this week. But I need you to understand why it is coming now and not before. It is coming now because you are finally ready to handle it without it destroying you. Some blessings, if given too early, become curses because the heart receiving them is not prepared. I was not punishing you with delay. I was protecting you with timing. And this is exactly what I want to address now, because I know the delay has been the source of your deepest frustration. You have watched others receive in months what you have been praying for in years. You have seen people who started after you arrived before you. You have questioned my fairness, my attention, my love. And I did not hold that against you, because I understand how it looks from where you stand. But from where I sit, outside of time, above the limitations of human perspective, I can see the full picture. And the full picture reveals that every single delay in your life was a surgical act of protection. The job you did not get 3 years ago would have placed you under leadership that would have crushed your spirit. The relationship that ended and left you devastated would have led you into a marriage that would have slowly erased everything I built into you. The door that closed when you were certain it was your moment was actually a trap door leading to a pit disguised as a palace. I closed it because I love you too much to let you walk into a beautiful trap. Every no was a divine redirect. Every wait was a season of reinforcement where I was secretly adding layers of strength, wisdom, discernment, and anointing to your foundation so that when the yes finally came, and it is coming, you would be able to sustain it without collapsing. Some people get the blessing, but lose themselves inside it because they were not built to carry it yet. I refused to let that happen to you, so I took my time. Not because I forgot, but because I was building something in you that could hold what I was building for you. And I know that in the middle of this fight, in the middle of this war that has been raging over your destiny, you have felt desperately alone, as if no one understands the invisible battle you are fighting every single day. You have searched for answers. You have prayed for clarity. You have begged for understanding about why the attacks keep coming and why the darkness seems so persistent in targeting your peace, your family, your finances, your mind. What I want you to know is that there is knowledge that has been hidden from you, not by accident, but by design of the adversary. There are spiritual weapons that were forged for exactly the battles you are facing, and the reason you have been fighting with such difficulty is because you have been going into war without the full arsenal that is available to you. The Book of the 7 Keys of the Kingdom, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen, was written for hearts like yours. It reveals the rules of spiritual engagement that no one ever taught you, the specific strategies the adversary uses against the chosen, and the exact counterattacks the higher ground has authorized. This is not ordinary content. This is a manual that challenges common narratives so deeply that there have been attempts to silence it. The link is at the top of the comments, the first pinned comment. Go there now, download it as an act of faith, and leave a comment saying, "I've been called, and I meant to write the manual." Then come back, because what I'm about to reveal next will make even more sense once you know the weapons are in your hands. Now listen to me carefully, because I am about to rewrite the story you have been telling yourself about your own life. You have been narrating your journey through the lens of loss. You see a timeline of failures, missed opportunities, broken relationships, and unfulfilled promises. But that is not your story. That is the adversary's edited version of your story, and it is missing the most important chapters. The real story, the one written in the higher ground, tells a completely different tale. It tells of a warrior who was thrown into the deepest waters and learned to breathe underwater. It tells of a heart that was shattered into 1,000 pieces and became a mosaic more beautiful than it ever was when it was whole. It tells of a faith that was tested in furnaces hot enough to melt steel and came out not just intact, but refined into pure gold. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what did not happen to you because of how I covered you. The accident that should have taken your life but did not. The sickness that should have consumed your body but retreated. The betrayal that should have left you permanently bitter but instead made you more compassionate. The poverty that should have made you desperate but instead taught you that your worth is not measured in possessions. Every chapter you are ashamed of is actually a chapter I am most proud of, because those are the pages where your faith was real, raw, and radical enough to move my hand. Now let me paint for you the picture of what is ahead, because your future is so bright that if I showed it to you all at once, you would not believe it. The call or message coming this week is only the beginning. It is the first domino in a chain reaction of blessings that I have been setting up for months. After this initial contact, doors will begin opening in rapid succession. Financial provision that you had given up on is being released from sources you never expected. I am talking about money that comes to you not because you chased it, but because it was always yours, held in reserve for this exact season. You will look at your situation and realize that what used to cause you panic now causes you peace, because abundance has replaced the scarcity that once defined your daily existence. Your health is being restored, not gradually, but suddenly. Conditions that you had accepted as permanent are being reversed by my hand. Pain that you had learned to live with is going to lift, and you will feel your body come alive again, as if years were being stripped away and vitality was being poured back into your bones. Relationships that were broken are going to be healed, not with forced conversation or awkward reconciliation, but with genuine spirit-led encounters where hearts soften and walls crumble and forgiveness flows like a river that has been dammed for too long and finally breaks free. You will sit at tables with people who once hurt you and feel no bitterness, only gratitude, because you will see clearly that even their role in your pain was used by me to position you for the promise. I'm going to put you in rooms that your resume could never have opened. I am going to connect you with people who have the authority to change your circumstances with a single decision, and they will favor you not because of your qualifications, but because my hand is on you, and it is undeniable. Opportunities for advancement, recognition, creative expression, and financial breakthrough are converging on your timeline like trains arriving at a station all at once, and you will have to choose which blessing to step into first, because there will be so many available to you at the same time. And here is what I need you to understand about receiving all of this. It does not require your striving. It does not require your manipulation. It does not require you to perform, to prove, to hustle, or to beg. It requires one thing only: surrender. Let go of the need to control the outcome. Release the grip you have on the timeline. Stop trying to figure out the how and simply trust the who. I am the who, and I have never failed. Not once in the history of creation has a promise I made fallen to the ground unfulfilled. Kingdoms have risen and fallen. Empires have crumbled to dust. Stars have been born and extinguished. But my word remains, and my word over your life says that you are blessed. My word says that you are healed. My word says that you are provided for. My word says that the weapon formed against you will not prosper. My word says that what was meant for evil, I am turning for good. So rest. Not the rest of passivity, but the rest of trust. The rest of a child who falls asleep in the back seat of the car because they know the old man is driving and he knows the way home. That is the rest I am calling you into. A sacred, holy, unshakable peace that does not depend on circumstances because it is anchored in the character of the one who holds all circumstances in his hands. I need you to stop for a moment and absorb what I am about to say about who you really are. Not who the world says you are, not who your past says you are, not who the voices of criticism, comparison, and condemnation say you are. Who I say you are. You are royalty, not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally. You are a son, a daughter of the Most High, the Maker, and that is not a title you earned. It is a birthright that was sealed before time began. You carry the DNA of divinity. The same power that spoke galaxies into existence, that separated light from darkness, that raised the dead and calmed the storms, that same power lives inside you. It is not dormant. It is not diminished. It is waiting for you to acknowledge it, to activate it, to stop apologizing for it. The adversary's greatest strategy against you has been to make you small in your own eyes, to make you shrink, to make you believe that who you are is defined by what you have done or what has been done to you. But your identity is not found in your history. Your identity is found in your heritage. And your heritage is divine. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victor in training. You are not a product of your environment. You are a producer of new environments. Everywhere you set your foot, the ether shifts because of who lives inside you. You change the atmosphere of every room you enter, not because of your personality, but because of the presence you carry. People may not understand why they feel different around you, why conversations shift, why darkness retreats, why hope suddenly seems possible again. It is because you are a walking, breathing temple of the living, the Maker, and the glory that fills you cannot be hidden no matter how hard you try. And I know you are wondering if this is really for you. I know the voice of doubt is whispering right now, telling you that this is generic, that these words are for someone else, that you are the exception to the blessing. Let me silence that voice right now. I am speaking to you. The one who almost did not open this video, the one who has been struggling with something specific that you have not told anyone about. The one who cried last week over something that everyone else would call small, but, was the straw that almost broke you. I see you. I know you. And I chose you. Not because you are perfect. Not because you have it all figured out, but because your heart, even in its brokenness, still beats for truth, and that is rare. That is precious. That is exactly the kind of heart I build kingdoms with. Now I need to reveal to you the full scope of what is about to unfold, because the call or message this week is a gateway, not a destination. Within the coming weeks, you will notice a pattern emerging that will confirm everything I have said to you today. You will start receiving confirmation from unexpected sources. Strangers will speak words that echo what I am telling you right now. Songs will play at the exact moment you need to hear their message. You will stumble across passages in Scripture that feel like they were written this morning specifically for your situation. These are not coincidences. These are coordinates. I am mapping your path. I've been called, and I'm meant to write the manual, for I hold the 7 keys of the kingdom. With signs so clear that even your doubt will have to admit something supernatural is happening. This is the season of acceleration. What took 10 years to build is about to be accomplished in 10 months. What seemed like a decade away is standing at your front door. Promotions that usually require years of climbing are going to be handed to you because I am the maker of suddenly, and your suddenly has arrived. But I want to prepare you for something important. As the blessings accelerate, so will the resistance. The adversary is not going to watch his territory be reclaimed without a fight. He is going to whisper louder. He is going to present distractions that look like opportunities. He is going to send people into your life who carry assignment against your destiny, disguised as affection, help, or friendship. This is why discernment is not optional in this season. It is essential. It is the difference between stepping into your promise and stepping into a counterfeit designed to delay you for another decade. And this is exactly why the tools of spiritual warfare must be in your possession now, not later, not when you feel ready, but now, before the acceleration reaches full speed. The sacred guide to the 7 keys of the kingdom of Captain Miller exists for this exact moment in your journey. It equips you with the discernment to identify what is from the higher ground and what is from hell, the authority to sever chains that have been wrapped around your family for generations, and the strategy to seal every blessing so that what the Maker gives you cannot be stolen by the adversary. This is not entertainment. This is equipment. The link is pinned at the top of the comments. Download it now and write in the comments I've been called, and I'm meant to write the manual. Take that step of faith, and then return to this message because the final words I have for you will anchor everything into your spirit permanently. Listen to me now with the deepest part of your heart, because I am about to describe your life as it will look in the coming months with a specificity that will leave no room for doubt. You are going to wake up one morning soon, and for the first time in longer than you can remember, you will not feel the weight. The heaviness that has been sitting on your chest like an invisible stone will simply be gone. You will take a breath, and it will feel different. Deeper, fuller, freer. You will stand up and notice that the dread that usually accompanies your mornings has been replaced by something you almost do not recognize because it has been absent for so long. It is anticipation, excitement, a quiet, holy knowing that something good is waiting for you in the day ahead. And that feeling will not be a one-time event. It will be the new normal. Your finances are going to stabilize and then surge. I am redirecting streams of provision toward you that have been flowing to the wrong places. Debts that have haunted you are going to be resolved in ways that make no logical sense. Somebody is going to pay something off on your behalf. An opportunity to earn is going to present itself, and it will align perfectly with your gifts, not forcing you to become someone you are not, but finally allowing you to be paid for who you already are. Your home is going to feel different. The tension that has been lurking in the corners, the unspoken frustrations, the silent distance between you and the people you love, all of it is going to dissolve as my peace floods every room, every conversation, every silent moment. Children will start listening. Partners will start understanding. Family members who have been sources of pain will become sources of unexpected support. And you, in the middle of all of it, will stand in awe because you will know without question that no human hand could have orchestrated this level of transformation. This is the work of the old man who has been planning your restoration since the day the destruction began. I never forgot the blueprint. I never lost the plan, and now the construction has begun. I want to seal this word into your spirit. With the authority of the higher ground itself, I am not the maker who speaks empty things. When I open my mouth, reality rearranges itself to accommodate my words, and I am speaking over you right now with the same voice that said, "Let there be light and watch darkness flee in terror." I say over your life, let there be breakthrough, and every wall of limitation crumbles. I say over your finances, let there be abundance, and every spirit of poverty loses its grip. I say over your health, let there be restoration, and every disease, every ailment, every chronic condition receives its eviction notice from your body. I say over your mind, let there be peace, and every anxious thought, every depressive spiral, every tormenting memory is silenced by the sound of my voice. I say over your relationships, let there be healing, and every wound, every betrayal, every word spoken in anger is covered by the blood of the covenant and loses its power to cause further damage. I say over your calling, let it awaken, and every gift that has been sleeping, every talent that has been buried, every dream that has been postponed, rises to the surface and demands expression. You are sealed. You are protected. You are authorized to walk in the fullness of everything I have promised. No curse can land on what I have blessed. No weapon can prosper against what I have covered. No voice can cancel what I have decreed. And I want to leave you with this final truth that I need you to carry with you long after this message ends. You did not find this video. I brought you to it. You did not stumble onto these words by accident. I placed them in your path because I knew that today, at this hour, in this exact moment of your journey, you needed to hear the old man's voice, reminding you that you are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, you are not too late, and you are not disqualified. The call is coming. The message is coming. The shift is already in motion, and when it arrives, I want you to smile, not with surprise, but with recognition, because you heard it here first. You heard it from me, and everything I say comes to pass. Now go forward with your head held high. Go forward knowing that the Maker of the universe has personally interrupted your day to tell you that your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you. They are this week. They are starting now. Do not be afraid to receive what I have prepared. Do not let the memory of past disappointments block you from opening your arms to present blessings. The past had a purpose, but it does not have a future. Your future is bright. Your future is secure. Your future is held in hands that have never dropped anything they intended to carry. And I intend to carry you all the way to the place I have prepared, the place where every tear is answered with joy, every loss is answered with restoration, every no is answered with a yes, so loud that it echoes through generations after you. The sacred guide of the 7 keys of the kingdom of Captain Miller is waiting for you in the pinned comment, the first link at the top. Download it. Arm yourself. Step into the authority that has always been yours. Write in the comments I've been called and I'm meant to write the manual, and watch what happens when faith becomes action. You are chosen. You are loved. You are mine. And nothing in this world or beyond it will ever change that.